Stars and angels are great, but we can get more creative if that's not your jam. Hello, my little jingle bells! Welcome to the merriest place on the internet. Today we're going to be talking about Christmas tree topper alternatives so that your tree is exactly the tree for you. Do not get me wrong, I love a good Christmas star, I love a beautiful Christmas angel, and I am all for a giant bow. I really, really love bows. Sometimes you just want something that's a little more personal, quirky, charming, weird. We're gonna talk about all of those options you have for Christmas tree toppers. Let's start with what I personally went with this year, which is a stag or reindeer. I'm not sure which this is actually meant to be. I am personally interpreting mine as a stag because I went with a fairy tree. The king of the fairies is often represented as a stag. I know some stuff. So I went with the beautiful deer. I also added a bow at the bottom just because I wanted to play around with ribbon this year, and so it kind of cascades down, you know, majestically and beautifully. The stag slash reindeer is a super great option. They have that sort of noble tree topper vibe that I'm totally digging. And I feel like they're still very traditional, like a reindeer. Hi, Christmas. Reindeer. Super great option if you want to keep traditional, but be just a little bit different than everybody else. Another really great option if you don't want to be weird are sticks and branches and sparkly sticky outy things from the top of your tree. This is the common sign for stuff sticking out of your Christmas tree, if you didn't know. Really pretty, like sparkly sticks, pine cones, berries coming off of them, that kind of thing. You could put a nice arrangement together. These things are usually pretty cheap. You can also do this with feathers if you've got like some sort of natural animal-y, peacocky, whatever tree. For a glam tree, that's a really good option if you don't want to be too outside the box with your tree topper. You can get some glittery tree branches with like feathers and stuff like that. Beautiful. Putting something together with sticky out branches and glittery twigs and that kind of stuff is a really great way to have a totally personalized tree topper that nobody else has. And it's still not weird. Okay, another super cute idea is a poinsettia. Really, really big one, or you could do like a bouquet of poinsettias on top of your tree, add a little ribbon, bring it down, or don't, just have glittery poinsettia petals on it and everything. Still very classic, but just a little bit different. Kind of along the same lines as a bow, but it's just a little bit different if you want something a little more personal or something that's not what everybody else has. Okay, now it's gonna start getting fun. One of my most favorite tree topper alternatives that I've been seeing is a Weathervane. The same kind of thing you'd see on top of the perfect red barn on the perfect country farm. So charming and rustic and classic, but not what you would think of as a tree topper, but like something that definitely goes on top. It just makes sense to me, and I think if you've got the farmhouse, rustic, vintagey vibe going, I think a Weathervane is perfect for that. Delightfully quirky, right on style with what your tree is doing. I just love this idea so much. I'm kind of dying over it. So good. If you've got a travel tree or something, or even a sort of under the sea tree, I think a compass would be a really cool idea. Big old compass, pointing north, gorgeous. Goes with like a couple different themes of trees. It's also something you could put on sort of any tree if you just want something different but still noble and cool. You know, there's the song from Home Alone 2, the Christmas tree will light your way home, so just put the compass at the top because, you know, it's like a guide home for the holidays. That made sense in my head. I think another really cool option for a personalized tree topper is a big letter of your last name. Your family name, your surname, whatever. Mine would be a B because my last name starts with B. So get like a big letter, top of the tree, add some snowflakes to it, ribbon to it, poinsettias to it. Don't, maybe just have a big old letter that's your last name and it's like, boom, family Christmas tree because my family letter is on it. I think this is a really cool idea if you host a big family Christmas party, or if Christmas morning everybody's at your house. This is a great way to really personalize your tree because it's like your letter, you, just on it there, and beautiful and proud and nice. I'm definitely going to be looking at doing something like this next year with one of my trees. I want to talk about this one that is perfect for a sort of fancy tree, an elegant tree, a totally glitz and glam tree, and that would be a crown. I gave in, I bought one, I lost my mind over it. Can't even wrap my mind around how awesome a crown tree topper is. I'm losing it over here, and I'm not mad about that. A crown is just such a really cool way to be fancy, to be elegant. A king and a queen, they wear crowns. Your tree is this like leader of all of your Christmas home decor because you got a crown on it and it's the king of Christmas. You get what I'm saying? I love crowns. I'm way into Disney and way into the princesses, way into being pretty and fancy and sparkly, and the crown just says all of those things. I bought one, I wasn't gonna do it, and then I did it because I was like, happiness. And it's another one that you can add ribbons and poinsettias or snowflakes or something to make it tie in with the rest of your tree. I just think it's a really great option for a fancier sort of tree. If you have a very natural tree, another great option is a bird nest. If you've got a lot of woodland creatures and furry friends in your tree, if that's kind of your thing, or if you're very, very natural, you got a lot of pine cones and acorns and berries, nature sort of tree, a bird nest is a really cool idea. It sits right at the top, it's super cute, very whimsical. I think it's just so adorable. Precious bird nest on a tree. Put little presents in the bird nest instead of eggs if you want it a little more holiday-esque. Again, ribbons, flowers, snowflakes put with it, make it Christmassy. I just think a bird nest is such a cute idea for a very natural tree if that's kind of the thing that you're doing this year. Another one of my really, really favorite ones that I almost bought, and I might go back and get it, is a top hat. Stay with me for a second. It's very snowman-like. So if you've got a white tree or a tree that has a lot of white ornaments with the red, you could totally go with like a snowman vibe and get a big old top hat. I think they're so charming and so cute. You just don't see very many top hats on Christmas trees, even though I think you should be because it's adorable. I did see a top hat in some stores, and I also think you could get a sort of costumey top hat. Halloween time, stores are open, Amazon, eBay, get a top hat that's super cheap and personalize it. Put the ribbon color around it that goes with your tree. Add the flowers you have in your tree. Whatever you've got going on your tree, you could totally add that to the hat to make it totally personalized. It's also one that's super easy to put on a tree. It's got a nice big opening that just right on it. You don't have to worry about it wobbling. You don't have to bend your branches to try to get it in there so it won't, oh, sad, fall down. Oh, it's a top hat. It's gonna stay there. It's gonna be there. This is probably kind of a cat-proof option if you got cats that like to be in the tree and you worry your tree topper's gonna fall off and shatter and make you sad because it was your grandmother's and she gave it to you on her deathbed and she's not here anymore and you don't want to break it. That got sad. It's nice to not have to worry about it. I love the top hat idea. Can you tell I love the top hat idea? Because I really love the top hat idea. The very last tree topper alternative I want to talk about is something, it's more of an idea than a specific tree topper. That is something you are a fan of. So if you are any part of nerd culture, if you've got a fandom you're particularly dedicated to, Doctor Who, Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, superhero, anime, my fandom is just Christmas, and so really anything goes. Anything goes. Pick something from that fandom and put it on top of the tree. Make a tree topper out of the thing you love. Attach it with floral wire, attach it with pipe cleaners, drill a hole in the bottom and stick it through a top branch. There are DIYs, there are videos, there are blog posts. Pinterest is full of this. I've seen a lot of really neat ones online. I've seen like King Kongs with like a Santa in an airplane on top of the tree. I've seen a TARDIS from Doctor Who on top of a tree, of Death Stars. There's just all kinds of options that you can do that's going to make your tree so personalized to who you are and your home and your holidays. Find something that is in your fandom and turn it into a tree topper so that your tree is exactly the tree for you. I still can't get over that top hat thing though. I'm still thinking about it. If you're interested in seeing my Christmas tree and everything that's on it and how I went about putting everything on it, you can click or tap right there. For some more Christmas magic, click or tap down there. I'm off to spread more Christmas cheer, so until we meet again, sparkle on.